Hello, I am Bruno Lecoq and I work for BMO. And today I'm going to show you how to do an email migration from GoDaddy to Office 365. So how to remove the federation that you have on your GoDaddy Office 365 tenant, so you get full access and you become the full admin on your Microsoft tenant. Okay. So the first assumption that we are going to make is you already have created a target tenant on BMO. So you went to BMO, you create a tenant, and you bought your Office 365 license. Okay? So what I'm going to show you is this is what it looked like. This is my case. So I have an admin. I created 4 users. The 4 users I want to migrate, and I assign them Office 365 E5. If I go on the domain, you will see I don't have any domain associated. This is just my Microsoft domain. Okay? My target tenant. And then if I go to, this is my source tenant, and I can, okay. And here I'm connected to my GoDaddy Office 365. Okay, and you can see if I want to go to the admin, I'm being redirected to GoDaddy. Okay, perfect. Okay, so the thing that you need to start, the prerequisite that you need to do is to make sure that both tenants, the source and the target, don't have the baseline, the Azure security baseline turned on. So go to portal.azure.com. Okay. You will go there, click Azure Active Directory, and then you go under Property, Manage Security Default. You need to make sure that it's not on or off. If it's yours is yes, put it to no. Okay, because you cannot do an email migration if you have this turned on. Okay, so this is we are on a source, and I'm going to do the same thing on my target. So this is my target tenant. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing. Portal.azure.com. Okay, Azure Active Directory, and I go to Property, Manage Security Default, and it's no. So both of them are no, so we are set to go there. Okay. The second step is you will have to enable SSI, so impersonation. So be able to have the system be able to access the mailbox without having to have the username and password for every single mailbox. Okay, so I'm now going to show you how to do the impersonation, so before you can start your migration. So here's the script. So the way I always do it is I put my username for my source, so either my bruno@bmolab.com, which is the equivalent on Microsoft, on GoDaddy. So again, GoDaddy always start by net.org. And on my target, this is my target admin account. And for the impersonation, what I have to do, so again, you will open a PowerShell. Okay. So you have PowerShell, and let's start do the impersonation on the source. So again, all. Enter my credential. Okay, type the password. Okay. Then okay. Do the import. Then we are going to authorize to do it at the organization level. So no, it's already done again by default with on the GoDaddy side. It's done. So it's why you get this error, because it's already enabled. And now I'm going to enable on my user. And it's already done. Okay, so that user on GoDaddy to validate was already impersonated. I can use my Brunello at bimodemolab.com as impersonation. Okay, so now I always close to make sure, and we are going to do the same thing on the target. Okay, PowerShell. Okay. Okay, I don't especially have to do exactly like that, but we just do line by line still. Okay, so on my target, the password. Okay, everything. Okay, we do the import. Okay, has been done already. And here I'm going to put instead okay, so for both cases, so again you could see here it's already enabled, and here it tells me am I missing something here? Ah, yes, of course I took. Why do I have this error? If I put the admin of the source for the target, will not work. Okay. Okay. Perfect. So I have the impersonation done on both sides. We can start working on the migration. Okay, so we are done. We are done with the prerequisite, before the cutover, making sure that the impersonation is done and there is no MFA on the source and target. Okay, so we are ready to get started with the email migration. So we use a tool called BitTitan. So for BitTitan, so these are where we are on the tool. So let's get started. We are going to do some mailbox. Labs.com and Vimo. Okay. Next step. So the source. So I will go for my source. I have a new source. So I will call it Vimo demo GoDaddy. That's my source. Okay. And I it's Office. It's an Office 365. Okay, cool. And then this is where I will put my admin credential. Don't get it. So my source. Perfect. Next step. And then my target, which is Office, BIMO Office 365, BIMO demo, Office 365. Okay, and same thing. What is it? Office. Take my admin account. Add. Ah, I have an extra space. Okay. Good. I was like, what's wrong with that? Next step. Okay, save and go to summary. Perfect. Save the project. Okay. And then now I'm going to auto discover. So what it's going to do is going to go check the mailbox on GoDaddy. Go check the tenant and see how many mailbox I have. And if everything goes well, you should find the 4 mailboxes that I have to migrate. Perfect. So 4 items. Perfect. Import the items. Okay, as you can see, my 4 source, again, the 4 emails, so all perfect. So now the only thing I have to do is go buy the license. So first I can check I need to go buy. Okay, I go buy my 4 license. Okay, buy now. Okay, I bought my license. Okay, I go apply. Okay, apply the 4 license. Okay, and so we are ready to start. So, okay, to change domain. So need to put the domain on the target. Oops. Change domain. Ah. Okay. Okay, So we change the domain, we have the source, we have the target. And now we are going to submit and see if the credentials are working, if your impersonation works on both sides, from the source and from the target. Okay, verification all good. So we are ready to get started with the migration. So you select all your users and you will go start and you go full migration. Okay, and again it will tell you, it will migrate your contact, your mail, your note, the rules, calendar, so task, everything here. Get started. And that's it. And we go back through the same process. Again, now we will check the credential again, and then we'll start the migration. Okay, the migration is, as you can see, starting. Okay. Okay, the email migration is done here. So we started and we completed. Okay, done. Now we're going to do and start the cutover. Again, this is the most complex part of the whole process. But again, if you follow the instruction correctly, it's not more complicated than anything else. Okay. So if I go to my OneNote, to my notepad here, so we are going to connect to GoDaddy. So what I usually do is we will add the on Microsoft account on the GoDaddy on Microsoft account to every account. So because what will happen when you agree to cut the federation, you lose connection to the mailbox, because right now you will be connected with this domain. Once you move it, you don't know this number here, and I will show you how to find. You cannot go back to the mailbox. So from a security perspective, if something was to go wrong, you want to be able to still have access to the mailbox. So what we do is we take all the email address and we add the alias of the on Microsoft GoDaddy. Okay, you will see. So which means something goes wrong, you can connect. Okay, so let's go there. So let me show you first. Let me go to the GoDaddy target. I can show you. I think it's a GoDaddy. Which one is this one? No, this is the target. Let's go to source. Here's the source. Okay. So what I wanted to show you here is, let me go. I always forget this address. Okay, Outlook. Let's connect to the control panel. I'm going to connect to the control panel of your source. The control panel of Exchange. So, Exchange Online, you will see. Now what I want to show you is for every mailbox, if I go here, and I go to email address, you see, you don't have a onmicrosoft.com email address. You don't have. So once you remove the domain, boom, you lose access to the mailbox. Okay. So what we do is we connect to the Office, to the Azure portal. Okay, you're on the Azure portal. Click Users, and as you can see here, here is how you get the address. Okay. BIMO.org. This is my address that I will copy. Okay. And then I'm going to add to every single alias. Okay. And here is my email. So I'm going to go there. I'm going to go and open a PowerShell. Let's close. Okay. Start from scratch. PowerShell admin. Yes. Okay. Oh, I need to make sure my old domain is BIMO Labs. Okay. And I go here. Okay. So it's going to ask me to connect as on my source, on my GoDaddy. Okay. Okay. Now every single, if I go back to, oh no, this is my, to make sure I go to my source. Okay, let me go to my welcome. Didn't refresh everything yet. Okay, here is good there. So it will. Okay, so wrong one. Okay, so I have my cut copy. Perfect. So now I know I can go back. Now I'm ready to disconnect from GoDaddy. Okay, I'm going to remove the federation. Okay, so first, make sure I have the latest module. Yes, I'm connected already. So here is what you will see. Show me the domain associated. So as you can see, the one for GoDaddy here is managed, and your BIMO Lab, the one with your domain that you want to, is federated. Okay, so we have to remove the federated. Okay, so copy that. Okay, let's convert it from a federated to managed. Done. That's it. Your domain is defederated from GoDaddy. Okay. So now what we have to do now is we are going to go back to our GoDaddy tenant, Office 365. And we need now to go and delete any reference to the Vanity domain. Okay. otherwise you will not be able to remove. Oh, first, make this one the main, and let's delete. Okay. Okay, it changed. Okay, go back. Email. On Microsoft, make it email SMTP and remove. Okay, all done, all three, and you check, you have no groups, no resource, no shared mailbox. Perfect. You are ready to go, and you are ready now to delete, to remove the domain from this Office 65 tenant. Okay, go here. Done. I go checked. That's it. Okay, so now we are defaulted. Now we need to move the domain and attach the domain to your target Office 365 domain. So can I go domain? I'm going to say add domain. demo labs.com. Perfect. And GoDaddy is going to ask me to verify that I am the owner of the domain. Okay. Okay, we want to add the DNS record. So again, it's going to add for Exchange, Sky for Business / Teams, and for Intune. And I say add, because again, it's on GoDaddy. I will enter my credential, and it will do everything automatically. Okay. Okay. Connect. Perfect. My DNS has been updated. My domain is there. Okay. So perfect. So now, from a step perspective, you have added the Vanity domain. We are going to update now your primary email address. The primary, so let's go, users. Okay. And again, I click username, and I'm going to switch to the full Vanity domain. Okay. Okay, my new domain is available here. I add, and I want to make it my main primary email address. Save, and you will see a change. Okay, see, sometimes you have to wait. It's just trying to go faster than the system. Sometimes you may have to wait, a few minutes for the system to catch up. Okay. Okay, so we'll try in a few minutes. Okay, so as we got this error, I'm going to create that script that will do it instead with, again, the PowerShell. Again, if you can use PowerShell, it's always faster than through the UI. Okay, let's go. Okay, so let's connect as my okay, so if everything is done, I should be able to do a refresh here, and I should have switched my, as you can see, all switch on Microsoft. Okay, that's it. My mail is it's ready to go. So from that perspective, again, you can see all. So we build the primary domain with the with that PowerShell. Okay, and then now again you can do a test email. So go try to again send an email and see the user receive it. And after we force a password reset. So once you have validated, the email can be sent and received. What we do is, again, we go back, reset, make sure you don't reset your admin password, and you go and say reset password. And you can give a temporary password to all the users, whatever. Either you give an individual one, or you can, whatever you want. So always, give a password, and make sure you say required to change the password. So when the user will log in for the first time, they will use the temporary password you will give them. And for example, here I put welcome 2021. All right, give them to all the users, reset, and all their password here will be required to reset the password when they first log in. And then after that, we set SSPR and we turn on baseline security. So I go back to Azure, and on Azure, go to reset password and select all for SSPR. So which means people will be able to change again their password, and if they lose their password, they will have a way to again reset it themselves without having to call you. So we always turn on SSPR. And the second is we go back and not forget to turn back the security, the baseline security, manage security default. Click yes and click save. Okay. Set password, you turn on baseline security. And then one thing I will tell you to go do, then after that is make sure you go do the DKIM DMARC. So again, there's a blog. If you go to BMO, you can go to blog.bmopro.com and look for, you can type, DKIM SPF DMARC, and you will have a step-by-step of how to enable your DKIM and SPR. So if we go back to what we did here, we completed the email segregation and did a cutover. One last thing that you should do now. So what happened here, you have switched to DNS, and sometime, it may take, an hour or two, or someone may send an email and it may still go to the old email server based on where your DNS status is from the propagation. So what we usually do is we go back to BitTitan, and here what I would do is now you will want to flip the domain. So what you will want to do is change the domain, and here is BMO Labs. Okay. And here you are going to put your source domain, and your source domain is, and remember, this is why we added this to all the accounts. So now you can still access to your original mailbox. And in case one or two emails showed up while you were doing the migration, you are going to be able to go get them. Okay. Perfect. And you just rerun a full migration. And that's it. You run a full migration, it will go through, and if there is one email that showed up, it will copy it there. And you may want to do it again in 24 hours in case of any but usually from our experience, after 5-6 hours the DNS is fully replicated, so you should be fine. But do it just after the cutover and do it 24 hours later, and you should be good to go. Okay, let's check if I can connect. So hello at demo labs.com. Again, you can see I didn't get the GoDaddy, the good sign. Okay, type the temporary password, and I need to type it correctly. Okay, and I'm being asked to change my password. So, type again. Okay, and then I will be asked here to do my method, because I turn on the baseline. Okay, so I have to set it up. Make sure I have the Microsoft Authenticator. I open Authenticator on my phone. I click the plus button, click work or school account, and I will say click scan QR code. I scan the QR code. Once it's scanned, I just click the next button, and then it's going to ask me to test it. I approved it. Perfect. Next. Perfect. If I go open my Outlook, I see emails. Perfect. I hope you have enjoyed. We showed you how to do a full GoDaddy email migration. Again, nothing complicated when you are used to do it. Again, you follow a step and you are good to go. Thank you for following my presentation. Bye-bye.